It was a warm summer day, and the Anderson family was excitedly preparing for their annual vacation. This year, they had rented a picturesque beach house, far from the bustle of the city. Laura, the youngest daughter, was busy packing her essentials when she remembered her favorite doll, Lila. "Lila has to come with us, Mommy," said Laura as she held her doll tightly. "Of course, sweetheart," her mother replied, patting her head gently. "Just make sure you pack her in your bag." On the day of the trip, the family loaded up their car and hit the road. Laura, however, was too excited to remember her doll. She left Lila on her bed, with her glassy eyes staring vacantly at the ceiling. At the beach house, Laura realized her mistake. "Mommy, I forgot Lila," she cried, tears streaming down her face. Her mother hugged her tightly. "It's okay, sweetheart. We'll get you a new doll when we go into town tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our time here, okay?" Laura nodded reluctantly, wiping away her tears. The family tried to make the most of their vacation, spending their days on the beach and exploring the nearby town. They even found a quaint antique shop where Laura picked out a beautiful new doll, which she named Luna. As their vacation came to an end, the family reluctantly began packing their belongings. On their last night, Laura placed Luna next to her pillow, whispering goodnight before drifting off to sleep. Around midnight, a strange rustling noise woke Laura. She rubbed her eyes and looked around the dimly lit room, trying to find the source of the sound. Her heart skipped a beat when she saw Lila, her long-forgotten doll, sitting on the windowsill, staring at her with cold, glassy eyes. "Lila?" Laura stuttered, clutching Luna tightly. "How did you get here?" The doll remained silent, her expression unchanged. Laura hesitantly crawled out of bed and approached the window, reaching out to touch Lila. The moment her fingers brushed the doll's porcelain skin, she felt a sharp pain, and her hand recoiled instinctively. Just as Laura was about to cry out for her parents, Lila's lifeless eyes suddenly burned with an intense fury. Her porcelain lips curled into a wicked grin, and she let out an eerie giggle that echoed throughout the room. Laura's blood ran cold as she watched the doll come to life, her tiny hands reaching out for her. You're not Lila," Laura shrieked, backing away in terror. "Oh, but I am," the doll replied in a chilling voice. "I've come to make you pay for leaving me behind." "No, no, no," Laura cried, running to her parents' room. She burst through the door, sobbing hysterically. "Mommy, Daddy, Lila's here. She's alive and she wants to hurt me." Her parents exchanged worried glances before her father spoke up. "Sweetie, it's just a bad dream. Let's go back to your room, and we'll prove it." With her father's hand tightly grasping hers, Laura led her parents back to her bedroom. To their shock and disbelief, they found Lila sitting on the bed, a sinister smile plastered on her face. "What in the world?" Laura's mother gasped, covering her mouth with her hands. "Stay back," her father warned, positioning himself protectively in front of his family. Lila's wicked laughter filled the room once more. "You think you can protect them?" she taunted, her voice growing darker and more menacing. "You abandoned me, Laura. You replaced me with that thing." Lila's eyes darted towards Luna, her fury palpable. "Lila, please," Laura begged, tears streaming down her face. "I'm sorry I left you behind. I didn't mean to. Please don't hurt us." But Lila's anger was far from quenched. She sprang from the bed, her tiny limbs flailing wildly as she lunged at the family. Laura's father grabbed a nearby lamp and swung it at the possessed doll, knocking her to the ground. "Run!" he yelled, ushering his family out of the room and slamming the door shut behind them. They sprinted down the hallway, their hearts pounding in their chests. As they neared the front door, they heard the sound of shattering glass and Lila's maniacal laughter. "We need to get out of here," Laura's mother cried, fumbling with the door lock. But as the door swung open, they were met with a horrifying sight. A sea of possessed dolls and puppets, their glassy eyes gleaming with malice. "Welcome to our little party," Lila cackled from behind them, her voice dripping with menace. "You didn't think you were the only ones who had been forgotten, did you?" The family backed away from the door, their hearts sinking as they realized there was no escape. The army of possessed dolls advanced on them, their tiny hands reaching out with sinister intent. Lila led the charge, her face twisted with rage. "No, please," Laura cried, clutching Luna tightly. "We didn't mean to hurt you." But her pleas fell on deaf ears. The dolls swarmed the Anderson family, their porcelain hands cold and unyielding. Laura's parents fought valiantly to protect their daughter, but they were ultimately overpowered by the sheer number of dolls. As the life began to fade from her parents' eyes, Laura sobbed, hugging Luna tightly. She could feel the cold porcelain hands of the dolls closing in, but she refused to let go of her new friend. It was then that Luna's eyes flickered, and she whispered softly into Laura's ear, "Close your eyes, Laura. I'll protect you." With a sudden burst of strength, Luna leapt from Laura's arms, her tiny body radiating a blinding light. The possessed dolls screamed in agony as they were consumed by the light, their porcelain bodies shattering into 1,000 pieces. When the light subsided, Laura opened her eyes to find her family safe, the remnants of the dolls scattered around them. Luna stood in the center of the room, her eyes now warm and gentle. "Thank you," Laura whispered, tears streaming down her face. Luna smiled softly, her porcelain face glowing with warmth. "I was made to protect you, Laura. That is my purpose." From that day forward, Laura never forgot Luna, always cherishing her presence and the bond they shared. The Anderson family returned home, forever haunted by their terrifying encounter with the forgotten dolls, but grateful for the new guardian that had come into their lives. They knew that, as long as Luna was by their side, they would never be alone in the face of darkness. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more true scary stories.